Hello everybody, I'm back, and in today's video I'm gonna bring you something that I haven't done in the channel, and it's practicing some watercolor. So I've been wanting to practice watercolor and also practice how to draw landscapes and backgrounds and things like that. So a friend sent me a TikTok one time about the website Random Street View. So I gave it a go, and yeah, I mean I liked the concept of it, like just for you to practice painting or anything like that. And I'm gonna be putting the picture that like I'm basing it on right now, and I mean it's not gonna be an exact copy, but I am gonna take some parts of that picture and just recreate it in watercolor. And here's my sketchbook. It's a travel log, and I started it last month on the 25th. So here we are. I have a couple right here of me trying that out, but I wanted to record it so I can have a more proof of how everything is going and how I'm gonna change in my watercolor technique. So yeah, just paint with me. Tell me what you're drawing or painting or working on right now, and let's get started. So to start this out, I'm gonna start with the sketch of the landscape, and for the sketch I only drew the tree trunks. I didn't draw the actual leaves because I just wanted to do it with the watercolor, and then later I'll just line it. But yeah, that's what I did, and it was just mainly the trees and the little grass in the bottom, so I know where stuff more or less goes. But yeah, you'll see how I do the trees, and just continue watching, I guess. So here I'm gonna start with the watercolor process, and I usually just do the watercolor first and then line it. And here I'm using the Winsor & Newton sap green, permanent sap green. I don't have a pan, like I have the actual tubes, so that's what I like to use. Like I have a few watercolor palettes and I want to make more, but yeah, for now I'm using the sap green. And I was thinking of making like landscape palette, and because right now I'm working on a skin tone palette and I saw some colors that I really like, so I want to do that first. And then I was also thinking of a landscape palette, and I can probably show you all of the watercolor palettes that I own, so once I've bought, and some that I've actually made myself, so y'all can see like what I use. But yeah, and this is like I'm doing that type of green first, like on the actual grass, and I use a darker green in the background. So here I move on to the sky, and the watercolor that I chose for this is like the core watercolors. I think they're by Golden, I'm not too sure, but in the color Cobalt Teal. I really like this color. I think it was a little too aqua though, but I do like how the sky turned out. I don't have that many blues, so I don't know what else to use. I need more to buy more watercolor, just like in general. But yeah, that's the one that I had that kind of looked like a baby blue, so that's what I used. And yeah, so I placed that down and let it dry so I can like start painting on top of it, like all the leaves. But yeah, that's how I start painting the sky. So here for the trees in the back, I used darker green, which is cobalt green from Daniel Smith. And I thought it would give it like a nice touch, you know, a little different from the foreground. And I want to say that I also used that for the leaves on the trees, but I don't quite remember. I will have to see the video to see if that's true. So for the tree trunks, I used sepia from Winsor & Newton. I think I mixed like the sepia with a little bit of gray that I had in my palette to make it darker, but I think I did that for like the shadows. I think here I just used the pure sepia for like to color the trees. So for the leaves on the trees, I decided to also use the Daniel Smith Cobalt Green. so it can be a little different from the grass. And actually I think that just before, like the green in the back, I said I used the cobalt green, but I think I didn't. I think like on the palette that I'm using, I think I had like already like a dark green there, and I just combined, I want to say, the sap green with that, and I think that's what ended up happening. But yeah, anyways, this is the cobalt green. And then right there I added a little bit more branches to the trees. I'm just adding more leaves everywhere that I can find. And yeah, it's just leaves all around. And here I'm like finally doing the outline of the painting, and I'm using a Stabilo Sensor F. It's a fine liner, size 0.3. It's a very thin fine liner, and I really like it for this kind of style that I was going for. Like I said, I wanted very loose, very what's it called? Very sketchy, like, because I don't want this to be like a hardcore painting, like a hardcore piece that I'm working on. It's just practice, because I just want to get a little bit better on watercolor. And I think what I learned from this is that I could have made especially the trees, a little bit darker, but overall I pretty much like how it turned out. I didn't have any problems with anything. Maybe with distributing the water, like in some, like especially with the sky, some parts are way darker than the rest of the sky. Like some parts of the sky, like you can see a little white, so I should like control better like the water to paint ratio. But other than that, I really enjoyed working on this piece. I think it was fun, and yeah, I'll leave you with a little bit of music, and I'll talk a little bit more towards the end. So here's the end of this adventure. So yeah, like I said, this was really fun. I'm planning on doing this for a while because I think it's really helping me out to draw the landscape and at least get the basic shape of it, and so it's not that hard for me in the future if I want to do it without reference, which I mean I always say that doing it with reference is a lot better. And here I'm just writing down the address of this little this little side of the road, because there was a road in the original picture, and it's this part of Ukraine. Anybody who lives in the Ukraine, shout out. So yeah, this is pretty much the whole video. I'm gonna show like a picture of how it ended up looking, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. It's gonna be a journaling one, a mini journal to be more specific, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.